Hey everyone, welcome to the reading for today. We're going to see what you guys need to know right now. It's a general reading, okay? This could be past, present, or future. You're going to know best how it resonates for you, where it fits on your timeline. So let's just see what's going on today in the energy. What does the collective need to know from Spirit? What's the message? Let's see. The Seven of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles. The Devil, the Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. Okay, so we have Capricorn energy here. And the Seven of Swords at the bottom. All right, so this is a lot. Okay, it looks like there's a Queen of Pentacles here that's trying to defend themselves with something. They're coming out next to the Devil. So the Six of Pentacles has to do with somebody receiving something, someone feeling rejected or like they're not getting what they want. This has to do with somebody possibly even being angry, being defensive, feeling pouty, feeling dissatisfied, a feeling of rejection. Okay. Let's see, what's the Seven of Wands? The Fool in reverse and Justice. Okay, so it looks like someone here did something risky. They might have done something reckless, careless, something that they should not have done. The Seven of Wands, now they're trying to defend themselves. Who's the Queen of Pentacles? The King of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Swords. All right, so this looks like somebody is trapped. Okay, they're stuck, maybe even imprisoned in something. We do have Justice here with a King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, they're trying to defend themselves. Okay, the Devil. Something, oh no, this ain't good. Okay, this is not good. Seven of Pentacles, Five of Swords. So this is definitely revenge, anger. Somebody wants payback. Somebody wants revenge. They want to stab someone in the back. They've been working very hard on this a very long time, waiting to see some sort of results so that they can get what they want. Okay, Six of Pentacles. The Five of Wands, yeah, it's a fight about someone receiving something. The High Priestess, about somebody receiving something, somebody getting something from someone. What's the Four of Cups? The Seven of Cups, somebody is delusional. They're confused, they're delusional. They're living in a fantasy. About the Four of Wands, about a home, a property. Okay, so what is it that they're trying to defend? Seven of Wands. The Three of Swords. They're trying to defend heartbreak and pain or some sort of injury, some sort of damage. The Wheel of Fortune. It's a fated event here. There's karma coming for something. A Great Fortune in reverse. So there's something risky that they did here surrounding losing a lot of money, losing a great fortune, or this is what they're trying to stop. They're trying to defend themselves. What's Justice? A community in reverse. Something about leaving a community. Change. Something is changing. Something is changing because something is leaving a community. I mean, this could even be like something is leaving a jurisdiction here with justice. This is what they're trying to block. This is what they're trying to stop. Oh yeah, it's going to be a crime hour. I can feel it. Okay. They're trying to block something from leaving a community. The Page of Wands with a message, with a letter, some sort of communication. Okay, who's the Queen of Pentacles here? Eight of Swords, trapped. Yeah, they can't defend themselves, and they're trying to leave. They can't defend themselves if someone leaves, or they can't defend themselves. That's why they want to leave. They're leaving something. The Eight of Swords, they're trapped, imprisoned. A main male. Okay, so a King of Cups in reverse could be trapped or imprisoned in some sort of way. House. Trapped in a house. Somebody can leave, or somebody's trapped in the house. Or somebody's in prison, they can't leave the house. Who's the Queen of Pentacles? A main female. Okay, so we have a main male, a main female here. Why is the Devil here? The Six of Swords. Somebody is trying to get away with something, but the way that they're going about it is like malicious, obsessive, jealous, controlling. They're trying to get away with something. The Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is someone that lacks empathy, they lack care, or they feel rejected, or this is some sort of spite. Something that they might have done out of spite, out of revenge, out of payback. What is that? Seduction in reverse. There was no seduction. There's no third-party interference. There's no hooking up. There's no temptation. Or they couldn't tempt someone. Oh, man. Talking, text calls, and emails. So they got rejected, okay? So this has to do with somebody trying to reach out to someone, text them, email them, message them, but they got rejected. It never happened. They got rejected. There was no seduction. There was no temptation, no hooking up. So this could have been, what it's giving me, honestly, is like someone trying to lure someone in a trap where, you know, I don't know, try and hook up with someone against their will. Okay, I don't know. They wanted to get away with some sort of messages because they got rejected. Something that happened at a house. What they tried to do. They might have tried to get someone trapped in a house with someone where they would be able to assault them. And this is what they can't defend now because you have walked away and they can't assault you now. Okay, all right. Mirror. Yeah, they tried to mirror something. So they tried to mirror it. Okay, so it's basically like, first they try to lure you to a house where there's going to be some sort of a person there that's going to assault you against your will, is what I'm getting. And when that didn't happen because you rejected this person or you rejected someone, they then decided to mirror it or just pretend that it happened even though it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to defend the messages, the Page of Wands. They have to defend something that they did. So basically, they tried to set something up. It didn't work. And now there's a bunch of evidence that points to the fact that this was a setup. So now they need to get around that and figure out how to make all that shit make sense. Basically, okay, is what I'm getting. What's the Six of Pentacles? Yeah, it didn't work. And they can't fix it either. They can't try again. They can't do something over and over and over again. They can't rebuild it. They can't fix it. They can't keep working on this. But the Six of Pentacles is like they've already paid for something. They already bought something. Queen of Cups. Something about a Queen of Cups. Something being given to a Queen of Cups. They already gave something to a Queen of Cups. A relationship. But they already gave something to a Queen of Cups. So they give something to a Queen of Cups, and then they try to set you up. It doesn't work because you reject them. They can't lure you in a trap. Okay? And now they don't know how to fix it. The Empress in the reverse. Who's the Empress in the reverse? A mature man. A mature man, okay. Or something about a fight breaking out, some sort of money that was given to someone, a fight breaking out with someone. Or maybe they claim that somebody got money because of a fight or like a fist fight or an argument. Yeah, a trigger. Okay, a trigger. That someone was triggered, resentful, and that there was a fight that broke out and then someone got paid some sort of money or something like that. That's what they said. What's the Four of Cups? They got rejected. Clock. So they were dissatisfied about something because of the time, or they felt like they needed more time, or something was going to take too long, or they were running out of time for something. So because they ran out of time, or they felt like they were being impatient with something, they decided to create the illusion at the house. Right. So again, they couldn't get the setup through. You rejected it. They couldn't get close enough to you to try again. So they thought, well, why don't we just pretend then? Why don't we just create an illusion then? Okay, we'll just pretend like it happened even though it didn't happen. Right? That's what this is giving me. The World. Yeah, something about trying to close out a cycle or before a cycle closes out. The Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands. They thought that they could have victory and success with a Queen of Wands. Or they needed victory and success with a Queen of Wands by creating an illusion at a house, okay? So what did they say happened at the house? Soulmates, a soulmate connection, a partnership. They claimed there was a soulmate connection at a partnership, okay? Or at a house. Yeah, and now the truth is coming to light that this was all a fantasy. That they just created this illusion because they felt like they were running out of time. A one-night stand. Wow. Yeah, that's just the theme of the week, guys. The theme of the week is somebody tried to get someone raped and sexually violated, okay? And it didn't work. So then they had to fake it because they couldn't get close enough to you to do something to you at a house. The Page of Cups, some sort of messages, an apology, or somebody trying to make themselves look innocent, or something about the Magician. They had to create some sort of an illusion here. They had to create something out of nothing with the Empress because their plan didn't work. Because their plan wasn't going to work. No, they couldn't complete something. Page of Wands in reverse, they couldn't complete something. The Tower, and it would have been a catastrophe for them, right? They felt like they couldn't complete something. It was a tower. It was destruction. It was going to bring their whole tower of lies down. With a marriage. A Tower of Lies with a marriage. With a marriage. High honor, because of what a married couple said to the police, or something about a married couple and the authorities, law enforcement. Okay. Somebody did not get stabbed in the back, or they couldn't stab you in the back. They couldn't attack you. They couldn't stab you in the back, or, you know, something about stabbed in the back in reverse. All right. They made bad choices. They made bad choices. A lot of bad choices. And they couldn't finish their plan to say that there was some sort of a fight that broke out because they were trying to explain away some sort of money that someone got. And this was just a bad choice. So what else? Anything else? No, their secrets are all coming out now. Yeah. So what's coming to light now, no more illusions here about the fact that this was all about revenge. Okay, somebody just wanted to stab someone in the back and get their way. They did all of this just for revenge or to win at all costs. Okay. Yeah, so let's see what this is about. Okay, tell me please about this person now trying to defend themselves. They're trying to block M, H, close, and a digital footprint. Or footprints, close and footprints, M, H. Digital footprint. This is what they're trying to block and defend, MH. Something about buying something in an investigation. An investigation into buying something, buying clothes. There's a digital footprint of someone buying clothes. A prosty. Prosty. Okay. South America. SA. So there's a digital footprint of somebody buying clothes. How do you spell chloroform? Is that even the word? Chloroform? Is it chloroform? Clothes and then this, MH. I don't know if that's how you spell it, but that's what just hit me here with the O. Or somebody was just buying clothes and there's a digital footprint of this. Okay. A secret society, or this is what they try to keep a secret. A real estate property, what they were planning at a real estate property. So the thing is, in this investigation, is that they were buying things and there's a digital footprint of that. Whatever they were planning on doing to you at a real estate property, trying to frame you as a prosty when in reality it's sex trafficking or just violation, okay? Because of a narcissist. Because of a narcissist and an offshore account. A narcissist using an offshore account. This has to do with the UK, AI, or ChatGPT, or something with 2 letters. UK, AI, IT, like the IT department, maybe. A broker, N, MHN. M. Why am I getting text messages trying to defend themselves here? Alone. They're trying to defend something that they did with a loan. Yeah, okay, so some sort of money trails, right. What is this stupid risk that they took with the justice system? Justice. Selling. Buying, selling, yeah. That's the sign or the message. Coerced and taxes. Coerced into something, taxes. Somebody was coerced into something with taxes. What do you mean somebody was coerced into something with taxes? A cartel. Karma. Binding. K. K. Karma. Coerced in a cartel. K again. Something about how K was, again, M and K. Why did these two letters keep coming out? S-A. Because of a restraining order, and XO. OX. Because of a restraining order. Somebody was coerced into doing something because of a restraining order. Taxes. What? Whatever they've been working on, investing into long-term investments. Somebody was going to be defeated. They were going to lose. Somebody was trying to defeat someone or embarrass someone, humiliate someone. A Queen of Cups in reverse and the Chariot. Something about a Queen of Cups in reverse moving forward, or this is about a Cancer. Somebody feeling defeated and humiliated. What is this about? A mature woman and a coffin. A mature woman and a death? What? And a coffin and a permanent ending? A chain reaction with a wire, W or M. There's a chain reaction to a wire. A chain reaction. Street drugs. H, again, O-H, H-O. H-O-M-M-O. X-H-M. H-M. A husband. Someone's husband. So they're trying, okay, so something about a husband, a wife, a mature woman, a Queen of Cups in the reverse, and a restraining order, and someone trying to defend themselves here with somebody losing a great fortune. Has to do with a narcissist and some sort of buying clothes, a digital footprint at a real estate property. M and K. What about that? A crime. The motive. This is the answer. This is the answer to someone's motive behind a crime with a birth certificate. This is the answer to someone's motive behind the crime. What was their motive? That someone was intoxicated. A testimony that someone made about a sacrifice. A sacrifice that somebody was intoxicated. S. GPS tracking, karma and M. Karma and M, karma and W, an offshore account. GPS tracking. H again, and street drugs. Huh? Somebody made a testimony that someone was intoxicated. SHM or W. This has to do with a betrayal. Third eye. A betrayal, third eye. This has to do with an international bank account number, G. A kidnapping, P, a PDF file. A PDF file has to do with M and K, G. Identity fraud with fingerprints and B. Identity fraud with fingerprints and B. VPN fraud and somebody driving by with a VPN to commit fraud. Driving by with a VPN to commit identity fraud. PB and G, kidnapping. A testimony about someone being intoxicated, being on drugs. GPS tracking, somebody driving by in a car. They said that someone was intoxicated to cover up a bank account and some sort of sex trafficking. So this is about how they tried to set up whatever it was that never happened. They were trying to say it happened when it didn't. Disguise, wearing a disguise. Yeah, something about buying clothes. Mental illness, compensation, and a negotiation. N, no. A knife and a warrant. Somebody was traveling, F, because of a physical disease. A knife and a warrant. Somebody got a warrant for a knife because somebody had a physical disease. Excuse me? Hold on. The answer to the motive. What do you mean? What's the answer to the motive here? About what they did at a house, a marriage. a married couple and the police. The emperor, okay, and somebody coming out of poverty, coming out of hardship, coming out of financial burden here. A King of Cups in reverse, and somebody lose something that was lost, somebody having to let something go. Yeah, so what they did to try and have victory and success over whatever it is that they've been working on for a long time. Whatever they did. So what did they do? Okay, so that's what you want to talk about. You want to talk about what they did to get victory and success. AI, ChatGPT, and M. What M did with AI and ChatGPT. M again, O, and a wire. M-O-M, mom. M-O-M, and a wire. What they did here. Fingerprints, UK. The fingerprints, UK, AI. Again, those two letters. Why do you keep showing me those two letters? Because of a baby. And D? A baby D? B. Baby DB? BD? Something at a home, mortgage. Or something about a mortgage. Manipulating something with a trap. Someone who works a trade job, a mechanic, or an electrician. Something can be traced back. Or TR, trade, trap, trace, TR. TR, what is TR? RT? TR? A narcissist that claims they were coerced because of a loan. What is TR? A chronic illness, H. A chronic illness, TR. I, trigeminal pain, has to do with a prosty, a document about something being laced. A document about something being laced and a prosty. Something that was documented about something being laced, a prosty. Blood has to do with a chronic illness, TR. Buying, whatever they bought. Identity fraud with drugs. So they bought drugs, and this has to do with a document that they're now trying to use. Something being laced. A baby. DB. Okay, please help me understand this a bit better. It has to do with a sacrifice, and the number 1, a sacrifice, a blood sacrifice, a baby, a physical disease, someone having a physical disease because of a blood sacrifice? What the fuck is this? A baby. Somebody being obsessed, a father. So a father that's obsessed. So you have an obsessed father, or a baby's father, maybe a baby daddy, an obsessed baby daddy that got a physical disease, or maybe they hurt themselves physically. They got some sort of an illness. They hurt themselves physically because of a blood sacrifice. Finger, maybe they hurt their hand, like they accidentally cut their hand on something. Blood, they accidentally cut their hand. What is TR? What is that? Yeah, Y for yes. Okay, a breakup. Yes, a breakup. This has to do with a breakup, okay? So an obsessed father, or an obsessed father of a baby, something about a breakup. They're trying to defend themselves here because of a sacrifice, blood. Something can be traced back, fingerprints, or something with a finger or a hand. Okay, street drugs and identity fraud. And something about trying to say you're a prostitute, or trying to lace something to assault someone, okay? So what is this? What they gave to a high honor, a married couple, a marriage. What is that about? No. No, never mind. No? Then what does that mean? Privacy invasion. No. Contract. X. It has to do with an X. Help. A chain reaction at a real estate property. Okay. There was a chain reaction at a real estate property. Okay, what was that? What started it? K. There was a chain reaction at a real estate property because of K. K comes out again. K. K. Investigation. Because of an investigation into K. And maybe an investigation into a married couple. M and K. Driver's license. Something about a driver's license. And a betrayal. S. A negotiation that they made with a landlord and a Russian. Okay, so the chain reaction started when there was an investigation into K and into M. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, something about a married couple. So, okay, so we start there. And this has to do with an obsessed father and a baby. All right, so we start there. Okay. Then tell me about this Queen of Pentacles here, and something about talking, text calls, and emails. K. K. Again, K. Privacy invasion. Security camera. They invaded someone's privacy. A camera, a security camera. Blood. Blood. D, number one. Number one, that's come out twice now. D, D1, KD1, blood, the West Coast. They invaded someone's poison, invaded someone's privacy. KD1, blood. pharmacy, PPP, death, F, DF, death, and an offshore account. SEX, X, South America. Somebody was driving by, someone is driving by with a mental illness. Somebody driving by has a mental illness or driving by because of a mental illness. Driving by because of a mental illness, death. Sex, huh? What does this mean? With a Queen of Pentacles and someone talking about something. Text calls and emails, a testimony, GPS tracking, forgery with Social Security, forgery and a testimony. This has to do with the law and a drug test and the East Coast. The law and a test. The law and a testimony. Huh. Okay. Money on a holiday. Money on a holiday. And a dealer, and a dealer are GPS tracking, driving by, a dealer. Somebody, is this a bribe? Did somebody give someone like a car dealer, a car dealership? An international detective with a camera or a car. A detective and something international here, a camera. Something on a camera, international. Has to, on a holiday, has to do with somebody driving by somewhere for sex, and an offshore account, a testimony that they gave the law, and or a blood test or a test. Okay. L, protective order. Over a ring or jewelry and someone being blackmailed. Somebody is being blackmailed because of a protective order and a ring or jewelry. Somebody was blackmailed into this because of a subpoena and a smoking gun. Because of a subpoena. So I don't know. So somebody has some sort of paperwork and they're being blackmailed with it, or a certificate, a birth certificate. A subpoena and a birth certificate. So somebody is being blackmailed with documents. With a protective order, a subpoena, and a birth certificate. Somebody's being blackmailed with these documents. And this has to do with somebody driving by somewhere with a camera for sex, and an offshore account, and a deal that was made while somebody was international here, and a detective. Yeah, a bribe, because somebody was bribed. Local. Airplane, perjury, court, 5 letters, bribe, court, local, airplane. Somebody committed perjury about, or someone committed perjury in court for a bribe. They were bribed money to commit perjury in court about somebody flying away, flying internationally, airplane, and somebody driving by for sex. And that's why the chain reaction started with an investigation with M and K. And this has to do with somebody being roofied with pharmaceutical drugs. Someone being roofied with pharmaceutical drugs because of the East Coast. And blood, because of someone's blood, okay? Because of someone's blood. All right, blood. Or is it BLO again? Like, I don't know. Tell me about this King of Cups in reverse. Now they're stuck and trapped at a home, or something they said happened at a home. Bribe. Because they bribed someone. South America. A restraining order, video, job, or business. So somebody was bribed some sort of money from a job or a business to create a video because of a restraining order, an SA video. Somebody was bribed money to create an SA video because of a restraining order. And now they're going to get karma. Oh, male. A chronic illness. To say something about a chronic illness. Social media and the number 9. Somebody got bribed money. Traced back, because something on social media can be traced back. Right, this, what I said, landlord. Okay, so that's cycling in back to the beginning where they try to set something up with messages, with texting, social media, but something can be traced back. That's why they gave someone a bribe to create a fake video, because they couldn't get close to you to do it, and drug you with pharmaceutical drugs. Okay. And it all started because of a chain reaction with K and N. The chain reaction, K and N. And then a chain reaction happened because of a dirty official F. A dirty official F. Money laundering. That's when they started the chain reaction with the money laundering. So I don't know what they did first. I don't know if they made the video first, the fake video, or if that's what they did afterwards to try and cover their tracks. But mental illness local. Why do you keep saying mental illness? Someone local, mental illness. Forensics. It has to do with a ring or jewelry. And K, again, international forensics. International forensics. And someone having a mental illness internationally. K and a mental illness. Or something about a ring or jewelry while somebody was international. Someone mentally ill, okay. Evidence, the evidence of, because of a weapon and food or drinks. DNA test, because of the DNA on a weapon and the DNA on food or drinks. Evidence the evidence of a weapon, the evidence of food or drinks, DNA test, forensics, fingerprints, a breakup. There's fingerprints that were left somewhere on a weapon, a DNA test, DNA and fingerprints on a weapon, something about a breakup, and this has to do with food or drinks, evidence, forensics, somebody invading someone's privacy to poison them, and a security camera. A divorce betrayal, a betrayal because of a divorce and someone being obsessed. Okay, so a betrayal because of someone being divorced, someone being obsessed over a divorce, a betrayal and a breakup has to do with fingerprints and DNA on a weapon and on food or drinks. Okay, forensics. What about it? I feel like you're trying to tell me something about that, but like what? Selling, S. Blood. There's blood DNA, blood DNA, blood DNA. There's blood DNA, and it links to someone driving somewhere, driving by. The blood DNA links to someone driving somewhere. Fingerprints on a weapon and blood on a weapon links to someone driving somewhere, DNA. And this has to do with evidence and forensics and someone being obsessed. So whatever they tried to set up here with this obsessed betrayal and a divorce, the evidence that was left behind points to a King of Cups in reverse or a Queen of Pentacles that were there, that did this, that set this up. And that's why there was a chain reaction after an investigation into K and M. Roofied because of somebody trying to roofie someone, food or drinks, or the food and the drinks and someone trying to roofie someone with drugs links to the weapon and the blood and the DNA, okay? Manipulation of a friend trying to manipulate something. Asking a friend to manipulate something, a contract, with taxes, third eye. That's why they asked a friend to manipulate something with a contract and taxes to hide not only the drug evidence of someone trying to roofie someone, but also the weapon because of the fingerprints and the blood on something, solar plexus. N, E, a car crash and a drug test. A wife, a drug test, and a car crash. A wife, a drug test, and a car crash. A wife, a drug test, and a car crash? Because of a wife, a drug test, and a car crash, all links to the same person as the DNA with the blood and the fingerprints and the weapon? Okay. A caseworker. This has to do with the caseworker that went into a negotiation to be the middleman, the broker, or someone was a broker in the negotiation with a caseworker. So somebody here acted as the middleman to get a specific person to work the case because of the evidence that forensics had. And all of this has to do also with a social media profile that can be traced back. And someone being blackmailed over a restraining order. Okay. Well, tell me about this devil here. Them trying to win at all costs, trying to mirror something. A video and a weapon. A weapon and a video. Did they need the video because of the weapon, or did they need both things in the video? I don't know. Karma. Betrayal. No, because they were going to get karma for a betrayal with a weapon. That's why they needed a video. Because of a video with a wife. N. Because of a video with a wife. N. A video with a wife. Solar plexus debt collection. So your solar plexus is your stomach area. All tied to something on the East Coast with H. And an offshore account, a shore, a beach. A beach. East Coast, offshore, a beach. A beach. Identity fraud. They were going to get karma for a video because something was identity fraud with a wife and a betrayal. And this has to do with something on a beach on the East Coast. A third party moving out, A. And somebody moving out because of a third party, A. That's the smoking gun right there, is the DNA. L is the DNA. That's the smoking gun, the DNA. The smoking GUN is the DNA. L, sacral energy. AL, LA, N. Okay. All has to do with some sort of documents, prosty. Documents of someone being a prosty. A local chain reaction, again, because of mail. Because of somebody selling something in the mail. Selling something mail, South America. SAM. Dirty official F. Dirty, what is this? Dirty official forensics or what? Mail. Documents, prosty, mail. Has to do with D, who has a friend, blood. Someone's friend, blood DNA, blood D. S, SD. Negotiation with E. They negotiated something with a camera and a violent crime. So let me get this straight. Because of some sort of a third-party narrative, a betrayal with a wife, and a violent crime on camera, and someone being blackmailed with a, what was it again? Restraining order, evidence. They needed something on camera with a violent crime, or something was already on camera with a violent crime, or something was already on camera, but the blood links to someone that they are trying to hide. And this has to do with someone being a prosty and them trying to set you up that way by getting you drugged. Okay. So what is this about? They gave someone money and they couldn't fix it anymore. Six of Pentacles. A bribe, most likely. Heart chakra. A heart. Yeah, something turned into a financial crime with T and a heart. Something at a home. Number one and one transaction. One T. T1? What is T1? T1, TR1. A doctor. A doctor and a heart. A transplant. A doctor and a transplant. Transaction. Financial crime and a heart and a doctor. Or is it an organ? Is this a transplant? Laced. Blackmail. Someone is being blackmailed. T1 with money, a financial crime, and a doctor and a transplant. What the hell? Trace back. Chronic illness. Why am I getting an organ? A chronically ill organ? What is this, like a transplant organ? Five letters, what, like liver? Or what is this? Or a heart, I don't know. N. Fingerprints. TN. Yeah, TN, like, again, like something trigeminal or a transplant, I don't know. Fingers. Manipulation. A mental illness, M or W. An illness, a chronic illness. A doctor and an illness and a transaction or a transplant. E. Chain reaction. Something can be traced back to a doctor. There was a chain reaction here with a mental illness, an illness. S. A-L. A-L-S? 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 Huh? ALS? Who has ALS? Or what is this? What else could it be? I don't know, man. I have no idea. All right, look. E-A-T, like heart. Where is it? Where's heart? Right? Heart chakra. Maybe a heart. But look, also T-A, like transplant, tansel, plant, and then you take the T and you put it at the bottom. I don't know if it's like a heart transplant. Okay, what is that? Death. Someone that died? A transplant from someone that died? Yeah, it's like an organ transplant. Mortgage, or is it organ? Child support, somebody on life support, or wire. A birth certificate, income garnishment, a certificate, a birth certificate, a birth, a childbirth, an organ childbirth. The fuck? Eviction, abortion, witchcraft. Is this like an abortion? I can't say that on YouTube, but transfer, a transplant. It's something about a transplant, man. I don't know what, but something about something that somebody gave to someone was from a transplant, an organ transplant, a death. What? Someone that died? A wire. This has to do with a wire. Someone wearing a wire. An offer can be traced back. Something can be traced back. An offer that was made to someone, a wire. M-K. A-M-K. Because something could be traced back. K-A-M. An offer. Or something could be traced back to an office, maybe. A protective order. South America F. Protective order. O. Taxes and a camera. Something on a camera. Something to do with taxes. Tax. Why is it giving me like taxidermy? Or is that what TR is? Taxes, taxidermy, tax. Something on a camera. Tax, or with an axe. This has to do with a caseworker, K. International, somebody working at a case, international. MH, again, vacation, MH, HMK, vacation, international vacation. Number 7, something at a club or a bar, the number 7. Someone is being blackmailed with something here, N. Somebody is being blackmailed with something that happened while someone was on an international vacation. Yeah, that's come out a couple times now. And, okay, so what are they being blackmailed with? MW, eviction. MW, an eviction. Or a laced. Selling. Marriage. N. Something with a marriage. And a protective order. That's what they're being blackmailed with, or that's what they're blackmailing someone with. Marriage and a protective order. And this has to do with a negotiation with an X about someone paying for something because of a breakup and third eye. A breakup, third eye. Or 3 people. A breakup and 3 people. A breakup, third eye. A negotiation because somebody paid for something here. Something about invading someone's privacy on the West Coast. A job or a business. They decided to help because they were helping with a divorce. A divorce, a marriage, yeah, a breakup, a divorce, a marriage. Something can be traced back with a protective order, some sort of an attack, something about a organ transplant, someone being sick and ill, something on a camera, okay? So, right. And now someone is being blackmailed here, okay. So now they feel like they're running out of time. What's that? The Four of Cups. They feel like they're running out of time. They created an illusion at a house with something that was stolen from surveillance at a property. With something they stole at a property and some sort of surveillance. Fingerprints are tied to a loan, sex, and a dirty official. Because a dirty official is tied to the loan or tied to a loan because of a bribe and surveillance. This has to do with sex and fingerprints, prosty. Yeah, sex trafficking. Okay. K. West Coast, N. Something about the West Coast, K and N. A dirty official that's tied to a loan. H and marriage. Marriage. And a breakup. Something that they did with a marriage and a breakup and a divorce. Has fingerprints on it, okay? A bacteria, virus, or mold. This has to do with good news and an online business. Good news. Good news for a business because a narcissist did someone a favor. Someone who works a trade job, a mechanic or an electrician, a narcissist, did someone a favor so that they would get good news for a business. Trying to set someone up as sex trafficking or something like that, okay? Spell work, phone call, with a phone call. I, death, spell work, death, phone call and a death. Transfer manipulation. So a narcissist did someone a favor, or a narcissist asked someone a favor, called someone on a phone to manipulate something with a transfer, or what is it, a transplant? Oh, organ. Why do organ transplant? Oh, blood type? Is this about blood type? Blood and organ. D. Because of something being laced. That's the motive behind G. That's the motive behind D. What is this? Look at this. Dog? Or is it God? Dog or God? I don't know. Dog. The motive. The motive for a dog. They manipulated something with a transplant or a transfer. A narcissist asked someone a favor. Made a phone call to see if someone died or what. Oh. Offer negotiation. Why do I feel like this is an organ? I'm not even kidding. Negotiation with an organ. Why do I feel that way, man? I'm not even kidding. Hitman. Cover up. Trying to cover something up with a hitman, or trying to cover up that they are a hitman. P-O-P, operation. Covering something up with an operation, covering up an operation. Or they try to cover something up with someone that had an operation. So if someone had an operation, they might have a scar. And because of that scar, they tried to say that they were attacked violently when in reality it was just an operation that they had. Is that what this is? And now they're saying they were coerced into something. B. Coerced into something. B. B. Oh, like a stomach operation? Baby. G. Geolocation. G. The location. Warning. This is a warning for someone because of an inheritance. Support. Jurisdiction. Warning. They're doing something to support the jurisdiction or to get jurisdictional support. This definitely has something to do with an operation, okay? Someone that has had an operation done, they had a scar, they tried to say something else happened with that scar, even though it was just an operation, trying to say something about a baby, a death, something about an organ transplant, okay? Something about someone being blackmailed, there's blood on a knife, okay? There's blood on a weapon. What the hell, yo? Fingerprints. Someone trying to create an illusion about something that happened at a house. Right. I can imagine what they said. Okay, really. Roofied. After they couldn't get you roofied. Nudes. After they couldn't get you roofied to cover up some sort of nudes and some sort of sex trafficking, some sort of fake prostitution, okay? And they felt like they were running out of time. A ring, because of a ring or jewelry, and a divorce and a marriage, right? T. T, transfer. It's something about a transplant manipulation, manipulating something with a transplant. So because they were running out of time, they manipulated something with a transplant or someone who had a scar from an operation. Oh, international. Oh. B. D. N-O-B-D. Body. Body. A wife. Betrayal. Sacral energy. A wife. A wife. Okay. So you want to know what this gives me? This gives me someone like a feminine energy that has a scar, maybe on their stomach area because they had an operation at some point, okay? And then they try and say that that came from you or something like that, or from an attack or something crazy like that, okay? Sold their soul in possession. No, never mind. Device. No. J. J, device. Broker. No, it has to do with a device. And someone that's broke, falsified and fabricated, poison, trafficking. Does this have to do with organ trafficking? A teacher. Someone was bribed money, a narcissist, international bank account. A narcissist was bribed money. A teacher, And this has to do with someone on vacation being a hitman. Somebody on vacation, a hitman, has to do with someone bribing a teacher or bribing trafficking, bribing someone with a transplant. That's really what I feel like it is, man. I don't know why. To get an organ or something like organ. Oh, to get an organ. Why the fuck do they need an organ, huh? That is weird. Why do they need an organ? Because they're going to get karma for an eviction. They're going to get karma for an abortion or what? N, this is a warning. This is a warning for a detective. Because of an opiates. I feel like it's an organ, man. Water, tax evasion, game over, hotel. Because their game was over when it comes to water or a drink, getting you at a hotel to say that you're evading taxes. That game was over. So they had to falsify and fabricate something because they felt like they were running out of time. And they did this with an organ transplant at a meeting. And a doctor committing fraud with a birth trap. A birth trap, a birth transplant, income. MW with a birth transplant, with a birth certificate transplant, something like that, man. Solar pregnancy, oh, stomach, someone's stomach area. Home, what happened at a home? Landlord, what happened at a home? Oh, somebody made a phone call. Either the landlord made a phone call or someone who works a trade job, a mechanic or an electrician made a phone call. G. For inheritance. G. Cover up. To cover up something with G. They made a phone call. Where? Where did they make a phone call, huh? What? Accidental death. To get custody of something from an accidental death. What? K. CK, KC. Marriage. What the hell? A marriage. Death. A marriage death. KIC. KICCIK. Some sort of a transplant. Some sort of a transplant. I don't know. GKI. Local. Lying. Someone is lying about a chronic illness and someone being on drugs. What the heck? Someone being on drugs, being chronically ill and dying? Debt collection. The number 9, someone is possessed by a demon. Forensics. Forensics, that's the motive. Something on social media is the motive. Forensics. Or forensics and social media is the motive. For what exactly? For something with a job or a business, something about a cartel. Excuse me, a knife. What kind of a cartel, huh? What kind of a cartel? What kind of stuff are they trafficking here? Sex trafficking. bacteria, virus, or mold, and H. Amphetamine binding HI. The plan to lie about fentanyl, the South, robbery, an animal or a pet. What the hell did they do? An animal or a pet? Someone from the South? Why is this Queen of Wands here with this winning, creating an illusion at the house, winning something here? A video of P. A video of a P, what, an operation, or a video of a pregnancy, or what? V, PV, VP, financial crime. They made this video to cover up a financial crime with taxes, because of taxes. They made a video because they had to cover up financial crime and taxes, and someone being depressed about an STD. Health insurance, someone being depressed about health insurance and an STD. Money laundering, and B. Because they wanted to make it look like someone was depressed about an STD, health insurance, and money laundering, and a financial crime. So they made a video on a computer or laptop of foul play where they tried to project something, a foul play projection with Z, so that they can press charges, a neighbor S, so that a neighbor S can press charges. So that a neighbor S can press charges. They created a video of some sick shit with an organ transplant and a death so that a neighbor S can press charges to cover up a financial crime and sex trafficking. Yeah? Yeah, that's what this is? Wife, with a wife, with a wife, a wife, right, smoking gun, that's the smoking gun right there, a wife. Someone being obsessed with a wife, having to do with someone at a club or a bar wanting help, needing help. CPS document. Oh, CPS document. CPS document. What the hell is wrong with these people? CPS document. An accountant. Cyber stalking E. I just want one confirmation. This video has something to do with an organ. Am I getting this right? An organ transplant, a doctor. Someone was coerced to sabotage an investigation because of a protective order and someone being intoxicated. They tried to sabotage an investigation by claiming someone was intoxicated and a protective order with a phone. So they drive by copycat. So they got a copycat with a driver's license to drive by somewhere. Antibiotics to a doctor, a vet, maybe copycat. They know an employee, deposit, truck driver. They know an employee that deposits things in a truck. Now they're getting exposed for this case, claiming that something was revenge, the choices that they made. Mortgage, or is it like, what's that place called? Mortician. Oh, they know a mortician. Oh, they know someone who like takes care of the dead. Hey, autopsy. They stole an organ from the autopsy? No way. Witchcraft, violent crime, mental illness. No way. They stole an organ from the autopsy? From a dead person? What the fuck? That's why somebody's making a false statement, F. Because of a digital footprint and clothes. That's why someone is making a false statement, forensics or autopsy, whatever that is, because of clothes and a footprint. Forensics, why? Because someone stole an organ from the autopsy? From a dead person's body? A friend, hacker, a friend of the hacker. You, a friend, hacker. See, that's their secret. That's their secret, K. That's their secret. That's their secret? No way. J. Malpractice, pharmacy. Oh, that's the secret they're keeping. Their malpractice of taking an organ out of a dead person because they work in autopsy. No way. Wow. And that's how they did this. That's how they created this fake video in order to press charges on you with an organ from an autopsy. Wow. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Okay. I'm leaving it there. I'm leaving it there. That is so sick. Ew. August, September, Leo, brother, a Capricorn, May, and a Gemini. A Gemini and a Leo, huh? March, Capricorn, a Virgo, a Libra, and November, and a mother. All right, I'm leaving it at that. I'm done. Okay, hope this helps, guys. Until next time, bye.